This is Anant Pai from Academy in Pursuit of Engineering Excellence. Today we will continue with our series on fluid mechanics. In that, the playlist which we are taking is fluid kinematics, and today the topic what we will be discussing is shear strain and rotation in a fluid element. Okay. So what we have discussed in the last class was translation of the fluid element, where the fluid element moves from one place to the other without changing its dimension. If it changes only its linear dimensions, then it is called linear deformation. Here we can observe the linear deformation over here is this part, this one and this part, d double dash, d dash. This way the part of linear deformation. Now here one of the main thing we have to understand that if there has to be a pure linear deformation, then the velocity which is given by ui plus vj. Now this u must be only a function of x and this v must be only a function of y. Only then there is a pure linear deformation. And what we are worried here is not just the deformation, we are worried about the strain, and then we are worried about the strain rate. Okay, strain is this deformation divided by the original length, this divided by this, so we get the linear deformation as here if I see delta y and delta y cancel, so it is dou v by dou y into delta t. This we have seen in the last class. So at the end, the deformation or the strain rate which is there, which is nothing but rate of deformation. Okay, rate of strain. Okay, not just rate of deformation, it is rate of strain. Rate of strain is given by epsilon xx dot, which is given by dou u by dou x, and epsilon yy dot, that is dou epsilon or d epsilon yy divided by dt, that is given by dou v by dou y. Here we have to understand that v is only a function of y and maybe time. That is the reason that partial comes there, because velocity can be a function of time. Okay, if it is not a function of time and it is in two dimension, then we can replace dou by d here. Okay, so next we will see what is translation with the linear and angular deformation. Now here in this case, if we consider linear deformation, these are the linear deformation here. One, this particular expression and this expression. These forms the part of linear deformation. And angular deformation is because of this angle d alpha and this angle d beta. Okay, so this d alpha and d beta forms the angular deformation. Now this angular deformation d alpha can be taken as dou u by dou y. How u changes with y? That means if dou u by dou y is equal to 0, then what happens? This AB, this line A and A to B goes in the same, it doesn't have any angular deformation. But because u velocity is different for these 2 points, what is going to happen? This B is going to move faster or slower. Okay, depending on how the dou u by dou y sign is there. Okay, so in here in this case it moves faster, so B moves faster than A. So instead of staying at B double dash, it has gone to B dash. Okay, so this distance is dou u by dou y, how u changes with y, into delta y. Delta y is this distance. Okay, so that is this linear distance. Similarly on u direction or in the x direction, we can see the velocity over here is v. Okay, and here when we come, it is v plus dou v by dou x into delta t. So what happens? There is an additional change which is there. So the relative deformation or relative velocity between this and this point, between A and D point, is dou v by dou x into delta t. That would be the deformation here. Now here we have to keep in mind that the velocity are functions of both x and y. That is, component of u is function of x and y, component of v is function of x and y. If this doesn't happen, then there is no angular deformation. If u is only a function of x and v is only a function of y, then there is only linear deformation, there is no angular deformation. Now let us see further. Okay, now what I have done is I have kept the figure, I have reproduced it here. Now what is the total shear strain? Now when you say shear strain, it means the change in the included angle. Now if you see here, the included angle initially was 90 degree, but it has changed by d alpha and d beta. So it has changed by this particular number or this particular angle. Okay, and what is that angle? If I consider d alpha, if you see this d alpha, what is this angle? This angle is tan inverse of, tan is opposite by adjacent, correct? So this is the adjacent and this is the opposite. So opposite is given by dou v by dou x delta x into delta t. Adjacent is this, which is delta x, that is this delta x, plus here we have the other part over here which we had discussed previously. Okay, so the other part is given by dou u by dou x delta t. Okay, so that particular thing, dou u by dou x delta t, comes here and delta x is outside. Okay, so this forms my d alpha. Now if you consider in the limits delta t tends to 0, d alpha becomes limit delta t tends to 0 tan inverse of the quantity. Now here we observe as delta t tends to 0, this goes to 0, and that is why this delta x and this delta x cancels anyhow, and what remains is dou v by dou x into dt, because delta t as it tends to 0, it forms dt. So similarly we have dou d beta is equal to dou u by dou y into dt. Okay, and the total shear strain, which is both the angles included, is given by dou v by dou x into dt plus dou u by dou y into dt. Okay, now next, the strain rate, shear strain rate, is given as d of gamma xy divided by dt, which is given by dou v by dou x plus dou u by dou y. Where did dt comes? Dt got cancelled here. Observe, this dt got cancelled with this dt, and what remains is dou v by dou x and dou u by dou y. Okay, this is the strain rate in the xy plane. I hope it is clear. Now this strain rate is important. If we have seen in the Newton's law of viscosity in the first chapter, you can see we were considering about the strain rate. Now just compare what we were considering there. Okay, we considered du by dou u by dou y. Just go to the first video which I have given on fluid mechanics. You can see in that how I derived the strain rate, the angle, okay, dou theta by or dou beta by dou alpha by dou t, or dou beta by dou t as dou u by dou y. You can see that. Okay, so now this is how we get the things. Okay, next. Okay, next particular one. Next we will see what is rotation. Okay, now rotation is similar to this. Now here rotation, when we say rotation, is about, in case I had this particular A B C D as the if I say this is my initial fluid element, if it had rotated by a particular angle, say it had rotated by some angle, what angle it would have been rotated? It would have rotated by an angle like this and this one. What is the rotation here? We would have said if it doesn't deform at all and it only rotates, if it does not deform and it only rotates, then what would be the rotation? Rotation would be this angle alpha and this angle beta, correct? So it would be alpha plus beta divided by 2. Okay, so similar thing, alpha plus beta divided by 2 we would have got. Okay, but now here we observe that the angle direction we have taken is in the opposite direction as that of d alpha. So if I take anti-clockwise rotation as positive, then d beta is negative for me. So d alpha minus d beta. So d beta is negative because it is coming in the other direction. Okay, so that is why we get the rotation about point A is half into d alpha minus d beta. Now the rotation rate, which is this rotation divided by dt, is given by d alpha by dt and d beta by dt. Okay, so this minus, you understood why it is there. This minus is because it is going in the other direction. It is going in the clockwise direction. So now rotation rate is given by d alpha by dt and d beta by dt. And we have derived what is that. In the last slide we have derived what is d alpha by dt. D alpha by dt is given by dou v by dou x, and d beta by dt is dou u by dou y. So omega z, why it is considered omega z is because the rotation is about this point A about the z axis. That is why this is omega z. Okay, I hope you understand. This is the point about which it is rotating, and the axis about which it is rotating is the z axis. Okay, so now in the 3 dimensions, if we see in the general case, we can have the strain rate as gamma xy, gamma dot xy. We have seen that it is dou v by dou x plus dou u by dou y. Similar way, omega z is given by half of dou v by dou x minus dou u by dou y. Similar way, in the yz direction, it is dou w by dou y plus dou v by dou z. Here it is the same thing. Observe here, the way it is there, it is the same thing, but it is with a half and then a negative here. Okay, so dou w by dou y minus dou v by dou z. Similar way, the last one is zx. This means it is in the yz plane. So it is so here if I consider yz plane, it is rotation about x axis. Similar way, zx plane, rotation about y axis. So it is given by dou u by dou z, dou w by dou x, dou u by dou z minus dou w by dou x. If you observe here, how we can remember this is like this. See, x is there, x goes down here. Okay, velocity, y velocity goes up. Okay, and here x velocity goes here, and this one. The first one if you remember, the next one will be remembered easily. Okay, so here gamma dot yz, if we see, y goes down initially and z velocity goes up here. Okay, that way we can remember this. Z is a, z goes down here, x goes in the x velocity goes here. Then the other way around, if we do, we can remember how to have the rotation. Okay, the term for the rotation. Okay, this particular concept is very important for number of competitive exams. It has been asked a number of times in GATE, IAS, ISRO exams and number of other exams also. So it's very important to know this. This we will connect to vorticity later on. Rotation and vorticity has some relation, which we will see in the next class. If you have any doubts, kindly put it on the comment box and I will be answering it. This video will be premiered. So when it is premiered, you will get the notifications and I will be there for around 10 minutes. Okay, to answer your doubts. So I will be live on YouTube, live in the sense I will be chatting live on the YouTube. So if you have any doubts then and there, you can clarify. Okay, so kindly subscribe my channel, click the bell icon so that you will get the notifications, and thank you very much students. Best of luck.